Well, it turns out my microphone was working. For some reason, Streamlabs wasn't picking it up, though. But, let us see where we are. Doing the threat letter investigation. And we're checking everybody out. Because that's what we do.
Talk of the town says that Arkansas recruited a new girl for a show they're putting together. She's to be the co-star, no less. If the rumors that Ilya scouted her out herself are true, she must be some kind of prodigy.
Lloyd, Randy, thanks for helping me with traffic control. Oh, sorry, that was way too informal. Detective Bannings in Special Support Section, thank you for your cooperation with traffic control. Come on, Kate, you really don't need to treat us like that. We're friends. Besides, you've always had our backs too. Why wouldn't we return the favor? I suppose you make a good point. Next time I'm in a bind, I hope you won't mind bailing me out again. For sure. Just give us a ring and we'll be there. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Oh, another investigation, everyone? Yeah, you can say that. Alright, Kate, you mainly patrol around the city, don't you? Does the word yin ring any bells? Yin? Can't sorry say it does, unless... Isn't yin one word people in the East use for silver? If so, it might refer to Arkansas's new show, Golden Sun, Silver Moon. Oh, is that so? We'll keep that in mind. Sorry, that's the only thing that came to mind. I wish I could be more help. Dad said he wasn't able to get any tickets for the Arkansas show. Getting tickets was probably really hard though, so it's okay. I'm sure we'll be able to go some other time.
The new Arkansas show is called Golden Sun Silver Moon, right? Oh, I can't wait until I can get another glimpse of the radiant Ilya Platieri. I couldn't get my hands on any tickets, so I guess I'll have to get a souvenir program and settle for pictures in that.
Apparently. Well, our friends.
Inspector Donovan and Detective Raymond?
Are you in the middle of an investigation?
We are indeed. Happen to be collecting evidence for the warehouse district shooting.
I bet anything that the culprit is related to Ravash somehow. You guys have been causing nothing but trouble recently. Like that thing with the truck.
Truck?
Mind filling us in? I'm pretty curious now myself.
Raymond, what have I said about reining in that loose tongue of yours?
Oh crap, I didn't get again, didn't I?
Well, I suppose we have no choice but to tell them now. It started with a rumor that was sent to the 2nd Division. Last weekend there was an incident that happened in the Calvard. Involving a truck. One of Ravash's trucks. Supposedly it was attacked by an unknown party and went up in flames.
Someone blew it up?
It seems so. And while those on top may try to cover it up, stories like this are becoming more and more common. Fortunately, citizens have yet to be involved, but word is the Bracer Guild has been investigating the incident as well.
That certainly sounds suspicious. Do you think the attackers might have been Hayway?
I bet it was. Who else would have the balls to do something like that to Ravash?
This case really isn't ours to handle, but it's certainly something to keep in the back of our minds. Donovan, let's go home already. I'm not sure I can handle another all-nighter. Not after last night.
Quit griping, Raymond. We still have to check out the others. Lead. Let's move out.
Seriously? You're a fiend, Donovan. A cruel, unrelenting fiend. I think it'd be best to leave them to their business.
Ugh. There's too many customers today. Can't even read my magazines in peace. Come on. Wrap it up and go home already.
Yep. Let's actually see what we've done all of those, and now something I was going to do at check out what's going on in the CPD. Appears your comeback now is coming along. Please come to me once you've gathered a bit more data. I'll record it for our database. Rebecca and I have been getting a lot more requests over that Orbital network. The anniversary festival is starting soon, so I gotta keep plugging away the best I can. Oh, hey everyone. How's that client request coming along? It went well. We decided to lend them a hand. Seems like it's going to be hard work, but I can't let it slide. Hehe. Well, I'm glad you guys are up for it. Anyway, keep up the good work, my favorite detectives.
Oh, I'm surprised to see you here, Chief.
No kidding. Did the Vice Commissioner Jackass drag you in for a chat or something?
Don't jinx it. Kid, I'm not here for a meeting, that's all.
Haha, my bad, Chief.
Oh, I have to deal with giving out all the assignments every year. It never gets any easier. What a pain.
Here?
Here, or maybe here? Oh, I know for someone else to decide these in my stead.
VIPs from every nation on the continent will be visiting during the anniversary festival. First and second investigative division are handling the security detail of the opening ceremony. So we gotta strengthen our patrols around the city as much as we can. This year's festival is gonna be a huge job.
It's gonna be huge!
Nobody back here. Go see who's all in City Hall. Come on, can't you give me a teensy bit more info? I'm sure you have all the DIET members' emergency contacts written down, right? I'm prohibited from disclosing any contact information, with the exception of the direct line to their offices. I'd like to have you to leave immediately. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Can't you at least hook me up with their secretary's contact info? I'm sure someone like you has their info handy, right? I'm right, aren't I? Sorry, but I really can't do that. I feel bad for her. Grace can get pretty aggressive when she wants something. Yes, let's see. Let's leave before she directs her attention towards us.
Oh yeah. Isn't the public hearing supposed to be tomorrow? Let's see, we have to prepare the reception hall, sort through all the citizens' appeals, and the mayor plans to attend, so we need to hold a meeting for the meeting.
Ow. Can't go into Grandpa's office. My mom actually runs a grocery store inside of Times department store. She's been in the food import industry for a long time, and she even used to run a decently sized shop of her own. Heh, might even be due to her influence I decided to start my own business. There's a few more things that I would like to check. Huh? You a cameraman?
Yeah, here you're a real pro taking pictures. You'll have a cameraman to help over Arcacelia. You mind doing me a favor?
I still got a bunch of work I need to do for my cooking column.
Well, we'll just go ahead and postpone that for a while.
What? No way. Some monsters from Ravashenko come by every once in a while to speak with the editor-in-chief. They haven't committed any acts of violence, but they definitely aren't shy when it comes to threatening and intimidating him in any way they can. Yep, definitely not a fan of scary guys like that. Sign is fixed to the locker.
Anyway, if you have business with us, please knock.
Trying to knock, but you won't let me.
Fishing is the only thing I look forward to. So today's just between me and the fish. You whippersnappers better stay out of my way, or you'll get the hook.
I think there are a few fish over here worth catching. So let's try. Let's use the Aqua Wizard. The deluxe dumplings. Heck yeah. Our Morgan carp. Ew. It's so appealing. Wah. Hazelfish. Pearl glass. That's pretty good. Roe. Man, you can catch a lot of fish out. Usually one of those fails. Yeah, I'd expect that, but let's see what a carp will give me. Usually carps will... Yep. Catfish. Alrighty. Now that we've had our fun, two of the lead actors in Arkansas are pretty handsome, if I do say so. Eugene, the flaxen prince, and Theodore, the silent scion. Now if I had to pick between the two of them, I'd have to go with Eugene. It's hard to resist that princely charm of his, you know. I'm honored that my noodles have earned me quite a number of regular customers. There used to be a duo of bright young police officers amongst them. One of them was tall and composed, and the other was a brown-haired lad filled with passion. You know, you remind me of that brown-haired one an awful lot. Are you talking about me? Yeah. You got the exact same spark in your eyes that he did. Alright. Now we don't need to go to the IBC. What we do need to go to is to West Street. I did that. Going to Morges. Yeah. Street outside our shop merges into the highway. It's been a real pain dealing with the traffic from all these horrible cars. Now that you mention it, it does sound like a lot of shopping companies are starting to use Orbital trucks to make their deliveries. I know. And now something kind of weird too. There's this black truck I see sometimes when I come to pre-op at around 3 in the morning. Word on the street is that it belongs to Rosh. Any truth to that claim? I wonder if they would be using the West Crossbill Highway as a smuggling route between here and the Empire. No way to say for sure, but it's San Shades Hill. Can't forget, they cropped up in Mainz too, so they clearly got something brewing behind the scenes. Huh? It's a high quality flower I secured, gal. A crummy dad of mine. Stop snatching up other people's stuff like you own the place or something. How am I supposed to make my bread now? Looks like Shiruru took off to travel around Zamiri again. Where did she disappear to this time? And here I was hoping we could try the newest bread together. Just pop in here. Make sure we have the latest crossbill times. Make sure we have enough battle scopes. Excuse me, sir.
Oh, welcome. I see the Triple S has been keeping busy.
I can see the same to you, Mr. Grimwood. Right. You look as busy as always, sir.
Haha. Well, you get used to it in this line of work. I decide something must have happened, right? Judging by the looks on your faces, you've come to ask for my advice.
Impressive. Huh. Is that obvious?
Well, I do see a great many clients come through my door every day with that very same look. Lucky for you, I'm taking a break right now, so you can ask me anything.
Thank you, Mr. Grimwood. Your words mean more than you could ever know. I think we'll take you up on that offer.
A threat letter sent to Arkansas. And you're curious to whether the sender, Yin, is tied to Ravash.
Yes, sir. Do you have any idea?
Unfortunately, I don't have any information that connects the two of them. That doesn't mean I've never heard the name Yin before.
Really? What do you know about him?
Well, I have no evidence that points towards this being the same person. With that in mind, are you still interested in this information?
Yes, of course. Yeah. At this point, we'll take any lead we can get our hands on.
Very well, then. It all happened when I went on a business trip to Calavad. While walking around, I heard a strange urban legend from the local. It involves a legendary Zhang Shou, referred to as Yin.
Yin. Tis certainly an Eastern name. What exactly is a Zhang Shao? Means something along the lines of assassin or killer. Pretty sure that's what they call them in most of the eastern region.
Why, you certainly are well informed. Say it's somewhat similar to how we constantly call mercenaries Jaegers.
You mentioned this was an urban legend. There's more to it, I assume?
Yes, well, it's said that no one knows for sure whether Yin is real or not. Though supposedly he's said to wear a mask and a pitch black cloak, and he's never once allowed someone to see his face. He appears and vanishes with the shadows, and never lets his prey slip away. In other words, he's a phantom.
Of the opera. A phantom? Sounds pretty tall tale if you ask me. I suppose that is why it's called an urban legend. However, why would the so-called legendary assassin send a threat letter to Ilya Platier? Right. It just doesn't make any sense. Wait, what if it's not Ravash he's tied to, but Heiwei? Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Heiwei is a powerful organization operating out of Calvard's eastern quarter. With that in mind, I wouldn't be too shocked if they knew of the Eastern Assassin.
I get you. If that's the case, Garcia's reaction makes a lot more sense. We know for a fact that Ravash and Heiwei are at each other's throats. And if Heiwei and Yin are teaming up, despite not being directly tied to Ravash, it would be highly likely the Mafia is acutely aware of his presence. That, in and of itself, would support Lloyd and Ellie's theory.
An intriguing thought. But that brings us back to our previous question, Gio. Why would Yin threaten Ilya Platier, this lead star of Arc and CL?
Well, we still need to figure that one out. We know that Ilya and Ravash's Dawn had an argument at a party. Could it somehow be related to that? I don't know. It really does sound like something they wanted a threat. Besides, why would Heiwei act to it at all if they're against Ravash? Yeah. Any chance the name is a coincidence and we're dealing with someone completely unrelated? I don't think so. Every clue we've gathered so far has pointed in a particular direction. I think we're still too early in any investigation to disregard anything that's not quite lined up. Hey guys, not to get all ahead of ourselves, but why don't we try paying Heiwei a visit? What? Whoa man, are you off your rocker today? Think about it like this. We know that Heiwei is a big enough threat to Ravash to have gotten their attention. And Heiwei has only continued to spread its influence and chip away at Ravash's hold on Crossbell's criminal underworld. Depending on the circumstances, they could prove even more dangerous than Ravash. You may be right. I see. This may be the perfect chance to check whether or not that is true. Hold up, it's not like we can just barge in on them. You have no idea what kind of people we're up against, Lloyd.
Actually, I recently met the manager of Heiwei Trading's Crossbell branch.
What? Seriously?
He came to me for some counsel to ensure there are no legal barricades preventing his business from operating Crossbell. Saw no harm in the request, so I accepted the job. And it was there that I met him.
I see. What type of person was he?
The word shrewd certainly comes to mind. He's relatively young, but he already knows his way around things. He has a silver tongue, is unflappingly confident. Overall, I'd say he's extremely intelligent. And not someone that can be taken lightly.
An intellectual, then. Sounds like he's gonna be a huge pain in the ass. Definitely not the kind of guy who would give us away. Give us any straight answers. True, but this will be a good chance to meet with him. What do you say? Okay, you won me over. I'm also quite curious about this branch manager. Same here. I know a lot about Ravash, but nothing about Hayway. We're going in blind. You're right, Lloyd. This will be a good opportunity to learn more about how they operate. It's decided then. Thanks for all your help, Mr. Grimwood. Looks like we'll be able to press on with our investigation after all.
I'm happy to hear that. Haha, you remind me of the way Guy used to work his cases.
Ah.
Anyway, Hayway works under the guise of a respectable trading company. Stopping by the office shouldn't prove too dangerous. However, never forget that their true identity is that of a massive, influential crime syndicate. Don't let your guard down around them.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind. I'll talk to him. If I remember, Hayway's Crossbell branch manager is a man named Cowley. Mr. Grimwood tells you that he should watch himself around him. Please be careful, everyone.
We can't definitely say whether or not there's a connection between Yin and Hayway. However, the fact remains that Hayway's branch manager is quite the caliber. And considering that behind the facade of trade hides an enormous crime syndicate, I recommend you be extremely careful.
Alright, let's make our way to Hayway Trading. I think there's someone by the pier. Correct. Our destination should be in the northeast corner of the harbor district. They're apparently located right by the river. Oh, we're talking about that red, eastern-looking building. It's surprising to think that the crime syndicate's headquarters are in the same area as IBC and the Crossbell Times buildings. I suppose it's no matter. Let's try paying them a visit.
But first...
Next up, we're going to the Harbor District. Signs affixed to the locked door. Hayway Trading Company, Crossbell Branch. If you have business with us, please help. This must be the place. How do we proceed, Lloyd? Excuse me, is anyone there? And who might you all be? From the Crossbell Police Department, Special Sports Section. We're open to ask your branch manager a few questions regarding a certain incident, if possible. Wait here a moment. Well, here we go. And what kind of trouble are we getting ourselves into this time? I suppose we'll find out very soon.
I apologize for the wait. The branch manager will see you now. Please come in.
Thank you. If you'll excuse us. Our apologies for making you wait. Right this way, this will be the branch manager's room. Oh, how nice of you to finally visit. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lloyd Bannings, of the CPD Special Sports Section. The pleasure is all mine. I'm Cal Lee, manager of Hayway Trading's Crossbell branch. So you're Lloyd, and these three must be Eddie, Randy and Gio, correct?
How'd you... May I ask how you know of our names already?
Haha, truth be told, I'm an avid reader of the Crossbow Times. I was mesmerized by your exploits and instantly became a fan. Though about boorish of me, I decided to investigate your backgrounds through various intermediaries.
Is that so?
Sheesh. 5 seconds in and he's already holding all the cards. He is just as kind and intelligent as we were told. It is an absolute honor to meet such an intriguing group such as yourself. What brings you to the office today? Was there a problem of some sort with our business operations? No, that's not it. We're actually in the middle of investigating an incident involving Arkansas. Arkansas, you say? But, of course, Crossbell's very own prided theatrical troupe. I've been meaning to see one of their shows ever since I first arrived here, but work has kept me oh so busy, you know. I seem to recall them having announced the next production, correct? Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, our investigation is related to an issue with their upcoming show. We'd actually like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Oh dear, it sounds to me like quite the predicament. Very well, I shall comply with your request. Free of charge, of course. Yin, you say? We're aware that Hayaway's main office is located in the Republic's eastern quarter. We were thinking that due to that, you might be familiar with Yin. Interesting. Am I to assume that you're implying I have connections to a criminal named Yin? No, of course not. To be honest, we simply don't have a lot of info, so we're following up with any and all leads we have. Ah, is that so? Well, alright then. This may be rather basic information, but I can tell you some of the legends regarding Yin in more detail. We're listening. The name Yin holds a particularly strong influence within the Eastern Quarter. Ashan Chao, an assassin hidden behind the mask and beneath a pitch-black cloak, no one has ever gazed upon his true face. He appears like a shadow and vanishes like a phantom. His praise never once escaped. And though it may be preposterous, some say Yin may be immortal. Immortal? What do you mean? Well, documents show that Yin has been operating as an assassin for at least a century. His rise into legend began shortly after the democratization of the Calvard Republic. If you were to examine records from that time, Yin's name is frequently mentioned. The demon draped in black sent one prominent figure after another to their grave during this chaotic period in history. The story is getting more outlandish by the second. It's gotta be just some crazy fable to keep the heroes in line. No way he's real. But no, Mr. Orlando, Yin is very real. What? Yin far surpasses a mere tall tale in the underworld of the Eastern District. Though his true identity is unknown, the Mirror's greatest assassin can be employed for the right price. A master of all assassination techniques, a martial artist with incredible dexterity and agility who lurks in the shadows. He is recognized as such, and his deadly work speaks to his existence. A certain organization highly values him and trusts many jobs to him, or so the rumor goes. The organization you're referring to is. Ah yes, that reminds me. While we're on the topic of Yin, I've heard recent claims of Yin having vanished entirely from the Eastern Quarter. It has come to my attention that he has accepted a hefty job from the aforementioned organization. Apparently it involved traveling to a certain autonomous state we're all familiar with. I don't like what you're implying. What's the matter? I haven't given you the name of the organization, have I? Nor the name of the state. You and Ravash are one and the same. Oh, please. Refrain from comparing Hayway to that measly local gang. Or at least that's what I'd like to say. Quite frankly, I'm more than impressed with how well they managed to adapt to this particular city. These persistent little pests have caused quite a bit of trouble for us. You fessing up? He's not even pretending anymore. I am merely referring to them as our fellow business competitors.
Here in Crossbell, free trade is protected by law, after all. Do you take issue with that, officers? Let me ask you this one final question. Has Arkansas been caught in the crossfire between you and Raj? Oh? We just received information about Ravash's proposal for Arkansas to perform in the Imperial capital. Were you considering a similar proposal too? I have no problem admitting that certain crowds in the Republic wish to be graced by their presence. However, our company is unconcerned with matters relating to the entertainment industry. I certainly am perplexed, though. Why exactly was the threat letter signed by with the name of an assassin? That's what I intend to find out. Thank you for your time, Cal. We appreciate your cooperation. Lloyd. Sure we're done here, man? I doubt we'd get much more out of him if we stayed any longer. Besides, Cal already seems more than busy enough, so we really should excuse ourselves. Well, that's right. Thank you for being so considerate. One more thing before you leave, Detective Mannings. What is it? Come now, don't look so displeased. Do you recall saying that I'm a big fan of the Triple S? Believe me when I say that that was no lie. Huh? I must say the current investigation of yours absolutely fascinates me. As one of your fans, I can hardly wait to see how you'll resolve this one. I most certainly am looking forward to reading about it. Thank you for stopping by, officers. The branch manager says you may contact us again should anything happen. We appreciate the offer. So now we have to worry about these guys on top of Ravash. Gotta say, they're at least seem a bit friendlier. Maybe they see us as little of a threat. They think they can screw with us. That is not out of the realm of possibility. Are you okay? Are you feeling unwell? No, I'm fine. More importantly, we found out that the legendary assassin Yin has managed to infiltrate Crossbell Strait. We've at least managed to get that information out of Cal. Yeah, it didn't seem like he was lying. Also, I didn't get the impression that Cal was the one threatening Arkansas and Ilya. I was thinking the same thing. If that were the case, no way he'd have hinted at his connection to Yin. Then would that mean Yin's actions are not tied to his employer anyway? He's acting of his own accord? Might be out of options if that's the case. Let's assume you're right. That means Cal probably doesn't know Yin's tried any. Sounds like our only option is to catch a legendary assassin then. Unfortunately. If Yin truly is after Ilya's life, then this case may truly be beyond our capabilities. There is no guarantee that we'll be able to apprehend a professional assassin like Yin. That being the case, wouldn't it be better to leave this to headquarters? Well, lads. Would they not look the other way, like they did with the incident downtown? I doubt it. Arkansas, and by extension Ilya, are incredibly important to the people of Crossbell. Headquarters would definitely take action if your life was in danger. They'd stake their pride on it. That's correct. You're the first of it, investigative division. I am. Alex Dudley. Come with me. Oh my. Only a fool would discuss information here of all places. We don't have time to waste. Follow me. Understood. Oh. What the hell's going on all of a sudden? What's the matter with all of you? I don't know what you were thinking, waltzing in there like that. Furthermore, you decided to discuss your investigation within earshot of their building. Sorry, sir. You're right, we weren't being careful enough. Well, what's done is done. Well what? You're going to explain to me what you were blabbing on about with Arkansas. How this all relates to your little visit to Hale. You better tell me everything you know.
Excuse me. Where the hell is he coming from? It's brazen you to demand that after showing up so suddenly. I wonder which one of us is truly brazen. First Division has been keeping tabs on AOA for over a month already. You're the ones who barged into our investigation without any notice. Wait, seriously? Does that mean you're after Yin too? So you know about Yin then? Well, no matter, start talking and don't leave anything else. If you don't comply, I won't hesitate to file a complaint to Sergei over his obstruction of our investigation. Damn it. Alright, fine. However, our investigation is a formal request submitted to the SSS, so we need it to stay confidential. I'll be the one to decide that. Out of the details already. This is an order. I understand the situation. I don't think there was anything concrete, but it seems like they finally tipped their hand. Are you referring to Yin? Yes, I am. Hayway employed a legendary assassin as a trump card in order to threaten Ravash's influence. The First Division received an anonymous tip with information regarding Hayway. We've been surveilling them since. But who would have thought a group of amateurs would stumble onto the scene and give us just the lead we needed? I don't know, it sounds like a compliment. I would like to inquire as to why you only had Hayway under you. I'm under the impression that your team is leading Ravash unchecked. What are you implying? First Division already understands Ravash's operating procedure. We're also fully aware of both the incident downtown and how they use warhands. Don't think for a second that we haven't kept tabs on the cases you've been getting involved in. What? Then why? If we got involved with every little thing that they did, there would be no end to it. None of the incidents you took on were anything as serious as murder. They were simply petty crimes. Do you honestly think we've put off more important cases to divert a limited personnel to such minor issues? I understand that, but still. Those of us in the First Division are leagues apart from you know-nothings like yourselves. We're charged with maintaining a certain degree of order, a city where justice is a constant uphill battle. We're expected to suppress major crimes and protect the public from criminal organizations and foreign intelligence agencies. Can you possibly fathom the work that goes into that? I knew it. I already had it. Crossbell's peace and prosperity are hanging by a thread. Yes, and most of the citizens fail to realize it. Sure, it might be popular to read the stories on Ravash's ties to Imperial faction Diet members. Meanwhile, Hayway is in the process of deepening their relationship with the Republican faction. If we allow it to progress any further, they'll be untouchable. Our laws regard espionage as law. As well, agents from foreign intelligence agencies are free, no matter, to enter and leave however they like. I never realized. This is unbelievable. While you're talking, Crossbell's already got one foot in the grave. In a situation as desperate as this, our only option is to simply do what we are able to do. We assess how dangerous each case is, and even if we can't solve the root cause of it, we can at least lessen the impact. Handling Yin is yet nothing more than solving one part of a larger puzzle. We haven't been able to keep a close watch on the case regarding Arkansas. Thank you for the valuable information. First Division will handle it from here. You may return to your usual duties. What? Hell is this crap? Carefully assessing the situation, I've ascertained that Yin is more of a mere legend. We're observing Hayway's movements while protecting the Ilya Platier from falling victim to a mysterious assassin. Tell me, should you be able to handle all that? Damn it! Given our lack of resources, it would have proved to be difficult. At the very least, I can let you handle contacting Arkansas. Make sure you tell them that the case has been transferred to the First Division. See to it that they're given a proper explanation. The hell, he just shows up and gives a shit, takes our case, and then drives off? In a personal vehicle at that, adding insult to injury. As frustrated as we all are, I understand where he's coming from. I actually agree with him. The scope of this case has gone way beyond our level of experience. All we can do now is inform the troop and offer our sincerest apologies. Guess you're right. We have run out of options. Hold on, guys. And Lloyd, you're the last person I expected to hear that from. You told us to overcome our parity. You said as long as we're together, there's no barriers too high, didn't you? So, why are you giving up so easily? Ellie. Whoa there. Where's this coming from? Didn't you actually tell us it'd be better to leave it to Edgeworth? Wait, is that? I did, didn't I? Ellie. I understand. I'm frustrated too, Elliot. I want to do something about it, just as much as you do. If you don't want us to give up, then we'll find another way. No, it's all right. I'm sorry, everyone. I think I just had a rough day, is all. Ellie. Well, I did spend our entire day running into one jackass after another. Scar reports that news to Arkansas. We can head back to base and relax for a bit after. Sounds like a reasonable plan. Sure, sounds good. Is that okay with you, Ellie? Yes. Thank you, everyone. Let us be off to Arkansas then. We are going to go off to Arkansas. Actually, we are going to head in the direction of Arkansas. Huh? Oh, what a surprise. Good afternoon, Miss Ellie. Hello, Grandfather Ernest. Did I hear her right? This man is Ellie's grandfather? It's been some time. I'm glad to see you're doing well. How has work been going? Well, still new to this, so there's a lot for us to learn. I'm sure we don't intend to bring any shame upon the McDowell name. Oh, Ellie, I've told you before, haven't I? You don't need to worry yourself over things like that. Are these your colleagues, by chance? Yes, they are. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Lloyd Banks, and I'm with the CPD Special Sports Section. I'm Tia Plato. How do you do? How's it going? My name's Randy Orlando. Name is Henry McDowell. It's a pleasure to meet the three of you. I must thank you for taking care of my granddaughter. It's quite the opposite, sir. Ellie's been the one's always looking after us. Mademoiselle's bona fide genius when it comes to dealing with all that paperwork we gotta go through every day. That does not excuse your utter lack of assistance, Randy. Is that so? Well, what is important is that you're content with your post. You know, Miss Ellie, I really think you should take some time to stop by home every once in a while. I'm sorry. I've been hesitant to rely too much on my family since I began living on my own. Even so, don't you? It's fine, Ernest. Ellie wants us to stand by her decision. Listen, dear, continue down the path you've chosen until you're satisfied. I cannot mix business with personal affairs, but know that I will help you out to the best of my ability. I know. Thank you, Grandfather. Now then, shall we go, Ernest? I have a meeting with the Business Owners Association next, correct? Yes, sir. It's scheduled for 5 p.m. Now it's one bitchin' ride. Knew your family was loaded, Mademoiselle. Oh, I wouldn't really. Wait, just a second. Whoa there. Lloyd? You said Henry McDowell, right? As in the mayor of Crossbell City? That Henry McDowell? Say what? He is? Now think of it, I do recall seeing that information in the database. Oh dear. Honestly, it's a miracle that you haven't noticed until now. There was something about your surname that bothered me, but I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out what it was. The mayor's name must have been totally slipped my mind, I guess. I called myself a detective. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. Besides, my grandfather's position has nothing to do with me. Oh? Anyway, we should hurry up and speak with Ilya and the others. We need to tell them about the First Division taking over the case. Yeah, unfortunately. Yo, Mademoiselle. Why do you think your granddad stopped by Arkansas? Oh, that. Arkansas's first public performance of their new production is being held alongside this year's anniversary festival. I assume you went there for a business meeting regarding that.
Do you wish to speak with Ilya or the troop leader? You may proceed. Should be practicing in the auditorium. They've been at it since morning. That sounds like music from the play. Ilya must still be practicing. Should be able to find her on stage then. Head in through the main doors.
Feel sorry for the people on that stage. Phew. Oh, look. You're back. Just the time, though. Yeah, that was amazing. You two are incredible. Indeed, I've never experienced anything quite like that. You think so? Sound like if we iron out the kinks, that might become a crowd favorite. Oh, that gives me an idea. How about you wait another moment before the Moon Princess spins? That way I'll give the Sun Princess just enough time to react in a way that will really capture the audience's hearts. That's perfect. Your dancing isn't the only thing that's amazing. You're going above and beyond to perfect every little part of the performance. Well, I figure if I can do it, we might as well strive for perfection till it's time to perform. But enough about that. Have there been any developments in the investigation? Oh, that's right. Yes, actually. It's not exactly good news. What do you mean? Alright then. Let me go grab a van, and then we fill us in on everything, okay? In character?
This in character sounds like he's quite dangerous.
You can't be serious. He's really someone in the city? Wow. This sure is a fun story. A shadowy immortal assassin whose legend is whispered in the dark corners on the eastern quarter. Oh, I love it. The character practically begs to be on the stage. I'll have to add him to our next production. Heck, can even work the general outfit into our third act right now. We just gotta get some white robes and the costume is set. Oh, Ilya. This is an assassin we're talking about. Why can't you take this more seriously? We suspect that Yin is being employed by a group known as Hayway.
We still don't know, or still don't quite understand why Ian said Ilya the threat letter in the first.
One thing is certain, though. The chance that this is nothing more than a prank has decreased significantly. Is there any chance that you could postpone it?
Out to the question. We wouldn't walk off the stage even if a bomb was about to go off. Isn't that right, Ivan?
Well, I suppose so. Though we aren't of quite as passionate as Ilya.
The truth is that members of our conceal belong to the stage, heart and soul. Who wouldn't find one member of the troupe who would abandon their beloved stage under any circumstances? I may be new to all this, but I feel the same way. Yeesh. Get some people to break a leg out there, but this case, you're going to be the feast.
Legs will be the least of your worries. If you intend to proceed with the show, does that mean you are okay with First Division taking over security?
Well, I mean, it is pretty annoying. But the show must go on, no matter the cost.
So what kind of people are these First Division guys?
Well, they're definitely very talented and are more than qualified for the job. Objectively speaking, they're excellent at what they do. Members of the First Division are an elite group that live up to their name. They should be able to protect you and your show with the utmost discretion until curtain call.
I was really hoping to avoid a bunch of police in here. And again, we have a full house. Better safe than sorry.
I agree. I think that's for the best. Anyway, we are talking about you here, Ilya. Once the show starts, you won't even notice them. How rude. I'll have you know that I always pay close attention to my audience. The show only reaches its full potential when the audience and play are completely in sync. Isn't that one of your famous sayings?
For anyone else's case, yes. In yours, however, I'd say it's more along the lines of you forcibly dragging everyone into your own performance. He's not messing his words at all, is he?
Indeed. She surely the very picture of theater geek. Excuse me, Lord. Does this mean you won't be part of the investigation anymore?
I'm really sorry, Risha. We don't have much wiggle room here. First Division's gonna completely take over the case. Them on it. You won't have anything to worry about, at least.
I see. That's a shame.
The only reason I agreed to all this was in the first place was because you were leading show, Lloyd.
Still, I appreciate you looking into things for us. I'll send some tickets your way as thanks. Be sure and come and see the plays next time you're free.
Oh yes, I'm sure we can arrange something. I'm afraid you may have to wait until after the anniversary fest. If you're okay with tickets for next month, I can have them sent to you as gifts.
Seriously? Hell yeah.
Here, I was thinking I'd have to wait 2 months to see it.
It's quite generous. Thank you very much.
Eli.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I've caused you nothing but trouble.
Don't worry about it, Risha. All running around we did is a pretty typical workday for us.
It is all simply part of the job.
Yep, no worries, Risha. Forget about us. Just focus on you guys' preview performance.
If you say so, then I will. Thank you, everyone.
Preview performance? Oh, hell. You don't know about it already? RCCL puts on a sneak peek of their new show before it's available to the public.
That is correct. This will be my first time performing in one. People all over the continent, from both the industry and the media, will be attended. I'm sure many influential people have been invited to, in order to boost awareness of our new show.
That's pretty crazy.
By any chance was Mayor McDowell invited as well? Oh yes, he is our guest of honor. I'm told he plans to support the show in conjunction with the anniversary festival. He is quite kind, despite his busy schedule. He made time to drop by and encourage us. How very much like him. Good luck with the preview, Risha. Maybe your first time, but I'm sure you'll perform wonderfully. You think so?
Absolutely. Considering all the practice you put in, you'd have anything to worry about.
Hell yeah, this place is gonna bring down the house. I'm quite looking forward to it. I really appreciate the kind words, everyone. I'll get back to my practice and thank you for all your help. Ready to head back, guys? Might as well. Feel exhausted, both mentally and physically. Me too. Let's see what else we can talk to. Oh, hey, there's Ren. Oh. We've met before, correct? Yeah, we have back at the doll studio. It's been a while. Your name was Fran, right? Teehee. Correct. I believe it's been about a month since we last saw each other. And you know it's really impolite to have to double check what a lady's name is. I should think that any true gentleman would know how to greet a lady properly by their second encounter. You're right. Sorry, Ren. Stern little girl, ain't she? You look like you're alone. Did you take the bus to come look around the city? Yes, something like that. You see, I enjoy seeing sitting in the antique shelf by myself ever so often. They occasionally put Grandpa George dolls on display, and oh, they have the absolute cutest stuffed animals. They do, huh? Still, I don't think it's the best idea for a girl your age to be wandering around this part of town. Yeah, let me assure you, it's perfectly safe. After all, what's there to be afraid of? The Barkers and the hostesses are also very nice. Those men in black wearing all the black glasses never fail to make me laugh. That's okay. Might be even more worried now. Tee. Oh, that reminds me. Did you have fun playing hide and seek with the wolves? It looked as though you had quite a few uninvited guests show up at the last second, too. Come again? Did you get all that from reading the Crossbow Times article about the case? Sure, let's go with that. You befriended that wolf, correct? If you could, I would love for you to introduce me to him sometime. Sure, we'd love to. Serious as always, this one. Indeed she is.
You're all friends with Ren. So, you're all friends with Ren, are you? Yeah. Oh, do I love coincidences. They never fail to liven up my day.
So then, you're saying that you know his friends?
Indeed. She's staying with an acquaintance of mine, a real stubborn old kook who runs in his own workshop. I don't believe she's his actual grandchild, but he certainly loves her as if she was. Anyway, that little girl is a pure genius. I'm lucky she is. I'm lucky that she's a regular of mine.
Well, now it's time to head back. Oh. Wait, isn't that? Oh, thank goodness. I was just starting to wonder if I came to the wrong place. Ernest? Did you come to see me? Yes, I did. I had business to attend to at the office, so I decided to stop by. Ellie? What's wrong? You don't look too great. Well, if I remember correctly, you guys were visiting Arcade Ciels earlier today, right? Did you run into some sort of problem with your police work? Well, sort of. It's not anything major. Someone on the troop requested our help, and we went to report what we found. That's all. You know, I wasn't sure if I should stop by here today or not. But I'm sure now that it was the right decision. What do you mean? Allow me to be honest with you. Ellie, I want you to quit the force and return to us. Quit the force? What? Whoa there, buddy. That came out of left field. I get the impression that this does not stem from feelings of loneliness. I know it was your idea to join the CPD lead, but seeing you now, you look so worn down, so lost. Are you sure this really is the right path for you?
What are you saying, Ernest?
Listen to me. I know you understand the current political climate and the despair that comes with it better than anyone. And it's likely where your initial urge to join the police originated from. But just try to think about the torment and pain the mayor is going through, how he feels in the current situation. The anniversary festival coming next month, Major McDowell is up to his neck in work. And after that, it's right back to arguing with the Imperial and Republican factions over the budget. And in 6 months, he'll be up for re-election. I'm sure Mayor McDowell has planned to retire, but without someone to carry on his policies, he feels like he can't. I'm sure that if you were by his side, he'd feel much more confident in being able to keep going with his work. I'm sorry. Perhaps I'm overstepping. Perhaps I can't ignore this. As someone who respects Major McDowell, and he's been with your family for years, I cannot stand idle any longer. Ernest. Of course, the path you ultimately choose to follow is entirely up to you. I just want you to stop hard and think about whether the path you're on now is the right one. I'm going to need some time. Excuse me, everyone. I'm tired, so I'm going to go rest in my room for now.
Sure.
I apologize for suddenly showing up out of the blue like this.
Yeah, it's okay. It seems to be a pretty complicated family matter.
Just try not to bother Mademoiselle for a while, you got?
Seconded. Personally, I think that you're attempting to take Ellie away from us.
I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. However, you're aware that you originally wanted to become a politician before joining the police, aren't you?
Really? You're pulling my leg. That would explain her seemingly boundless knowledge of politics and economics.
As a granddaughter of the current mayor, she grew up surrounded by politics. It's only natural for her to want to pursue a career in it. To that end, she studied abroad in a number of different nations to hone her skills in international relations and learn foreign policies. However, when she returned home last year, she was dead set on joining the CPD.
So that's what happened. I was unaware. Did always wonder why a fancy lady like her was working for the CPD.
Should keep an eye on her until she makes her decision. I can't bear to see her flounder about this, unsure of the path that her life should take. Goodness, it's already gotten so late. Sorry to taking up so much of your time. I'll get out of your hair now.
Okay then.
There certainly has been a great deal to sigh about lately.
Sure has. We got put through so much shit. Definitely one of those days that just kicks you in the nuts over and over. I know what you mean. Anyway, let's report to the chief and call it a day. So that's where things stand. Well, you're gonna tuck your tail between your legs and give up here? Saying we have a choice? First Division took over the case. No way we can impose them, given our team's position on the force. Yeah, guess not. Fox would track you down and give you his longest bitchin' section? Yes, probably. Could we not simply offer assistance to the First Division? Oh, well, they'd play, considering the shit we got from the glasses wearing dick. Yep. That's also a long shot. CPD's real fussy when it comes to jurisdiction. Make cooperation between departments a real pain in the ass. Goes double for the First Division. No way a group of elites like that would accept help from a group of rookies like the SSS. But if you're talking about working incognito, that's another topic altogether. Sir? Heh. The Special Sports Section, the most unconventional department on the force? Sure, HQ tends to ignore us.
That gives you guys a certain level of discretion you can use to your advantage. Basically, as you stake wide again, you can poke our noses about into other departments' jurisdictions without sending them into a tizzy. You do realize, just say, you can ignore our superior's orders, right? What a bad influence.
Yeah, it's like I told you before. Might not be able to help you in the field. I'll cover your asses when I can.
And you guys will need to be the ones who take action, though.
That being said, your current situation might make this plan impossible to follow. One of you is struggling to figure out what to do. And this is something only you can overcome by operating as a team.
You're right, Siobhan. Yeah, it's hard to get fired up without Mademoiselle with the way she was acting. It was her head somewhere. It was like her head was somewhere else entirely. She has been like that all day, from what I can tell. Is that a go?
Yes, I'll pop her.
Ellie, over the past 2 months, I thought we'd become pretty close. It seems like I never really understood the important things she's dealing with. I had no idea she was Mayor McDowell's granddaughter, and an aspiring politician on top of all that. If I recall correctly, you didn't attend the police academy, right, again? So how'd you end up with CPD? Well, to put it simply, this was my way of getting some real-world experience. While I didn't attend the academy, I did take a written exam and marksmanship test when I applied. They couldn't really reject me since I received perfect marks on both tests. You know, the more I learn, the more I feel like we're worlds apart. Do you think it's pretty rare for rookies to have already earned their detective license, though? You must have your own reasons for joining the CPD, right, Lloyd?
Oh, that's...
Hee. Perhaps it'd be best to continue to suck after we officially became co-workers.
Alright. Go see if Ellie's up for a chat. If she's worried about something, maybe I can help somehow. Maybe we can continue that conversation we started. I'm definitely enjoying his lounging. Orbital terminal is down. No reason to use it now anyways. Well. I was not going there, but... What you up to, Lloyd? Going out on town? No, not exactly. It's about Mademoiselle then, huh? Well, I can't blame you for being worried. Seems like she's got a lot of her on her mind right now. Not sure if it's the kind of stuff we should really be butting into, though. Yeah, that might be true. But still, if something's on her mind, I want her to know she can rely on us. Trust me, I don't want to see her down in the dumps either. Just not sure if we should really be butting into her personal issues is all.
Oh, it's you. Why the long face? How about you toss that scowl away before you come in here?
Sorry about that. Still working, Chief?
Yes, inconventional as it is, maybe. Still is part of the CD. So that means paperwork. If you don't have any pressing issues, kid, could you leave me to this? I'd like to get all this finished before daybreak, you know.
Right. Sorry for the interruption.
If you don't have any pressing issue, could you leave me to this? Shoot, 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 shoot.
Oh. Lloyd? Hey, Ellie, how'd you know it was me? Just hunch. I don't know why, but I have a feeling you'd come here. Guess you're right. But taking as always. It's not the IBC in the distance? Yes, it is. I doubt you could find a cityscape as beautiful as Crossbells, even if you scoured the entire continent. Yet the more the lights of the city shine, the more the stars seem to dim. The purity of starlight, the symbol of Helios' love. Ellie, I was thinking about everything that happened today. With Ravash, Hayway, and Ugly.
No matter what you do, you can't change Crossbell's true nature. Ravash's iron grip is here to stay.
I'm merely referring to them as our fellow business competitors. In Crossbell, free trade is patented by law, after all. Do you take offense with that, officers?
Charged with maintaining a certain degree of order in a city where justice is a constant uphill battle. We're expected to suppress major crimes and protect the public from criminal organizations, foreign intelligence agencies. Can you possibly fathom the work that goes into that?
That was the darkness of the city, the tragic truth of the state called Crossbell. We're kept alive by the will of the Empire and Republic, stripped of all pride and fed constant lies and deception. We're drowning in false prosperity and novelties only because our captors allow it. Everyone just surrenders to the circumstances and accepts the status quo, without realizing its true cost. That's the city we live in.
It's also the country we live in.
Maybe you're right. But you don't want to surrender just yet, do you, Ellie? I once had a mother and a father. Ah. Oh, suppose putting it like that makes it sound as if they've passed away. They're still very much alive. What I mean to say is, they divorced when I was little. My mother lives in the Empire now, and my father is in the Republic. I had no idea. My father was born and raised in the Republic. He moved across Bell City, met my mother, and after marrying into the McDowell family, he strove to become a politician. Immediately after he joined the Diet, he recognized Crossbell's ugly, distorted reality. As someone with a sorry sense of justice, he made it his duty to mend this broken city. Year after year, he drafted reform bills, all in the hopes of bringing change to the state. That's amazing. No, in the end, none of his bills were ever passed. The Imperial and Republican factions both shunned him, ridiculed him. One by one, his allies betrayed him. Friends left him, and he became the laughingstock of the political world. Not even my grandfather, as well respected as he for being neutral, was able to mend his career. Crossbell brought my father to utter despair. Then one day, he quit, as a Diet member, and as a husband, and as my father. He decided to leave everything behind for Calvard. Mother couldn't stop him, and at the same time, she couldn't uproot me, still fall child, to follow him all the way there. Eventually, they settled on a divorce. My father was gone for good. It always seemed like Mother hated him for what he did, but I got the impression that underneath it all, she still loved him. Soon it became very apparent that living in Crossbell, the state that robbed her of her love, would be too much to bear. My mother left to go live with relatives in Erebonia. It was then that I was taken in by grandfather and raised me into the person I am today. That was the reason I was drawn to following him down the path of politics. It wasn't due to my desire to avenge my father or anything like that. I just couldn't understand it. How could a family of so happy and loving and up falling apart so completely? After I made my decision, grandfather began to help me. I studied abroad all over the continent, focusing on politics and economics. However, the more I studied, the more I realized how complicated a quagmire Crossbell's situation truly was. Caught between the Empire and the Republic, our justice, our interests are pulled apart by the gravity of their immense power, entangled by their own, and destroyed beyond all recognition. It was there I hit a wall, an insurmountable barrier in my way.
A barrier?
Same one that my father faced, and one I'm sure my grandfather faces as well. Do you know who represents the government of Crossbell State Line? Isn't it Mayor McDowell? Well, yes, but he's not the only one. It's actually both the Crossbell City Mayor and the Speaker of the Diet. Grandfather and the Imperial Faction Speaker, Hartman, jointly represent our government. That's how we operate, according to state law.
Sounds like I should have studied a bit more.
But wait, why did Crossbell adopt such a divided system in the first place? It's obvious, isn't it? If two representatives from opposite factions have equal authority, they can hinder things for each other, making political reform nearly impossible. No way. Now you mention it, it does make sense. With two people on top, one side can easily sabotage the other if they try to push some sort of reform through. The fact this happens is a tragic inevitability given Crossbell's founding. 70 years ago, Crossbell State was an agreement between Erebony and Calvin. In fact, the trait's founders were themselves Imperial and Republican lawyers. See the current state of Crossbell? I can't help but think of it as a curse. I was at a loss. If I were to continue into the world of politics, that same curse would grab me by the neck and drag me under, just like my father. That's why I decided on a new approach. One that my family hadn't yet tried.
That was the CPD?
Yes, from there I told myself I could see Crossbell's twisted reality firsthand, without looking through the muddled lens of politics. I convinced myself that the experiences I gained here, would one day be my secret weapon when I finally joined Crossbell's political world. Reform that my father failed to achieve, and grandfather is unable to pursue. I thought that the new perspective would be the key to finally making it a reality. Maybe. But perhaps I was just lying to myself. Perhaps I was just running away. Everything that happened today, I knew it was likely I'd encounter those issues. But still, the reality of things was even colder and crueler than I had imagined. When confronted with it, I was at a loss. Maybe I'm incapable of doing anything on my own after all. Maybe I'm just a broken little girl, abandoned by her mother and father.
So what? Huh? You try way too hard to be perfect, Kelly. I can't afford to fail. I need to take care of everything myself. Shoulder every responsibility. That's the way you've been thinking, isn't it?
That's not.
Today was probably our roughest day yet. Being ridiculed, having to hear all that our efforts are in vain. But think about it. Aren't those the things we signed up for when we joined the SSS? Remember, Ellie, there may be barriers we cannot get over today. But that doesn't mean we won't be able to get over them tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Right now, the barrier that stands before us is a threat letter case. And even though the 1st Division is taking it over, I say we continue investigating independently from them.
What?
But is there anything else we can do at this point? Sure, 1st Division may be great at what they do. But even so, it's obvious that they're stuck in a cop's mindset, only adhering to true traditional logic. Maybe a new perspective is exactly what's needed to crack this case. At least that's how I feel about things.
Lord.
Just like how you joined the CPD to gain a new perspective on Crossbell, right? If you're somehow able to solve this case, then I'm sure that means your goal isn't out of reach either.
Of course, I shouldn't really compare our investigation to Crossbell's underlying issues. But what we need now is the experience of overcoming those kinds of obstacles. If we keep clearing the small barriers, one by one, then someday we'll have the power to get over the big ones, too. In these 2 months we've been together, I've come to realize something. You have your own troubles. You're working to overcome, don't you? So how are you able to say so optimistic? Well, let's just see. Maybe it's because I have someone I'm trying to catch up to. Though that may itself be a problem. I think I understand. I'm not as strong as you are. I'm just so tired of it all. I didn't come up here with the intention of talking so much about my past. I just couldn't keep it bottled up anymore. At that rate, I'm only going to drag the team down. And if that's the case, I should probably. Ellie. We need you, Ellie. Your profound knowledge, your negotiations, your sharpshooting, your sense of justice. If we're going to stand up to this city, we're going to need you. But that's not it. Well, if all that's true, all that's true, my point is this. Be happy if you decided to stay by my side, Ellie. What? We had a bit of a mess at the start, but I feel like we're really started to become a team over the past 2 months. Even though we've bombarded with the stress of daily life, we made time for the small things, like deciding whose turn it is to cook. We've all come to trust on everyone's individual strengths. It's not every day you find teammates like that. Well, we may still be rookies, sure. It's too early for us to tackle every problem by ourselves. It's also too early for us to give us in despair and give up trying to fix things. We'll tackle each day head on and do whatever we can and keep relentlessly confronting the status quo. If that somehow fails, we'll just come up with a new plan, together. You, me, Randy, and Teal. Despite the way he acts, the Chief is always doing everything he can to support us from the side. Heck, even Zeit has our backs now. So don't forget, Ellie, you're not alone. You're absolutely right. I'm not alone. How could I have forgotten something so important? Thank you, Lloyd. Even though it won't be easy to solve all of my problems, I do feel a little better now. Glad to hear it. Still. Apart from the lines that sounded like they came straight out of a teen drama, I was a bit surprised. So painful. I'm painfully aware how cheesy they were, okay? But what do you mean by surprised, Ellie? Because, well, talking about how I'm needed and telling me that you want me by your side, I thought you were confessing your love to me. Confessing? Oh, wait, that's not what I meant at all. Oh? So you're saying I'm not good enough then? You know that's not it. Oh, come now, you're teasing me now, aren't you? Just a little payback. But you really should be more careful, Lloyd. You might not realize you're doing it, but you really have the potential to be a serious womanizer. Hey, hold on a second. I understand if you're talking about Randy, but why me? The fact that you don't even know you're doing it makes it all the worse. Good grief, Lloyd. I can't believe just hearing those words made my heart start beating so fast. What was that? Nothing. But anyway, I'm sorry. I wasn't there when you reported to the chief. Did you guys come up with a plan for how to continue our investigation? No, not yet. Right now, case hinges on figuring out what Ian hopes to accomplish. Tomorrow we can ask around and see if we can find out some sort of lead. Sounds good. Thank you. I have a feeling that I'll be sleeping soundly tonight. How about we hold a meeting tomorrow morning after we get some much needed rest? Sounds like a plan. That concludes this week's report. The ones I've trained may prove troublesome. If Master Yin were available, he would easily compensate us. Or for the lack of force. Very well. We shall continue with your current operating protocols within the city. In addition, recall half of our personnel currently dispatched to Altair. Understood. I shall take my leave, Master Cal. Have a pleasant evening. Yes, yes. To you as well. How troublesome. I'd rather not have to request the Elder's assistance. Such help would come with a heavy debt. If only Master Yin were more cooperative, our plans would be proceeding splendidly. Worry not. I shall uphold my end of the bargain. Shouldn't surprise me that you are eavesdropping. Dear me, I feel I have made a few slips of the tongue. Please, we both know you said exactly as much as you wanted me to hear. Just as cunning as ever. Me? Oh goodness, no. I'm no match for you. So, what do I owe this visit? Are you perhaps in the mood to call some more hounds for us? Your subordinates are more than capable enough to handle that matter. My role is to take care of Ravash's main force, beginning with that man Garcia. That was what you hired me for, was it not? Oh dear, you truly are no fun. It's come to my attention that you've become entangled with Arkansas for some odd reason. I'll have you know that the CPD is quite good at their jobs, so don't do anything that will bring us trouble. Do I make myself clear? Yeah, no need to worry. More importantly, what is your impression of the special sports section? Oh, so that's what you've come here for. Let's see, they are intriguing combination of young people. Our leader, Lord most of all. He is perfectly aware of his weakness, yet he continues to push forward with determination. He seems to have a strong intuition again, as well. To be honest, I quite like people like him. I was not asking about your tastes. What about the other members? Again, each of them proves to be quite intriguing in their own way. Major McDowell's granddaughter possesses a keen sense of diplomacy and operates as the team administrator. As for the girl from the Epstein Foundation, while her herbal staff is fascinating, I suspect that she has some special qualities of her own. Lastly, we have our red-headed fellow. He has a certain air about him, one not similar to our own. Intriguing indeed. I must ask, why you've taken such great interest in them? I simply wish to put them to a little test. I was curious to see if they are worthy of taking our request from Yin. Isn't it a bit ridiculous? Despite all the work we put in, we had no choice but to hand the case over to the First Division. Pretty sure I hadn't asked us in the first place, everything we uncovered would have been stayed hidden. Yeah, you're right. If only there was some sort of diversion that would allow us to continue investigating. Think for a minute. Who know about Ian in the first place? Well, obviously Haley. Considering that's his current employer. And there's his rival Ravash in the First Division, who's tracking Haley's movements, according to Dudley. From there, we can assume that Speaker Oshman, who's closely tied to Ravash, knows about him as well. That's the man you mentioned yesterday, right, Eli? Yes, he's a career politician who more or less rules over the Diet, serving as the leader of the Imperial faction. He's Jenny Craig. Honestly, it wouldn't be far-fetched to see that he's Ravash's greatest supporter. Incidentally, almost all of Grandfather's reform bills were crushed by this man. I've always heard his name, but I never knew just how he's tied to Ravash, though. The Inn must be a threat to him as well. Yes, which means they wouldn't have much of a connection. Deal, Randy? You two look completely bewildered. Is there something we're missing? No, it's just you two seem to be in a much better mood today, really. I guess so. I'm sorry about yesterday, everyone. I wasn't acting like myself. But I'm fine now. I don't need to be a burden to the team anymore. You've never been a burden to us, Sally. Quite the opposite, actually. You help us all out all the time. I mean, look at us now. Thanks to your political knowledge, we're making progress by leaps and bounds. Oh, you really think so? Something smells fishy. Agreed. Something is off. Very off. Wait a minute, you two. You know, now that I think about it, I could have sworn I hear a pair of voices chatting away on the roof from my window. I wonder. Congratulations. Congratulations, Lloyd and Ailey. I wish the best for you two. Hold on. We didn't do anything that deserves a congratulations, right, Ailey? Yes, I mean, no. We were just talking about life and other things of that nature. Life, eh? I talk life with the ladies now and again. So tell me, how far did you two go? Randy! Please, Gio's sitting right there. How far did you go? Is Randy referring to the intimacy people engaged in within romantic relationships? Nope. Not at all. Lloyd and Ely, sitting in a tree. That's enough for today. Yes, ma'am. Sheesh. Me and Ely together, romantically? You guys knew that wouldn't happen. Huh. I mean, I don't think we're all that compatible. Can't really imagine our relationship going that way. Right, Ely? What's the matter? You idiot. Stepped on right on a landmine. Oh yes. You are so right, Lloyd. All I did was ask you for some advice on a very unimportant subject. That's all. And there definitely it wasn't a sort of romantic atmosphere like you oh so graciously pointed out. Alright then. You know, by incompatible I meant that we don't exactly make a good match. Sorry. Haha. Well, either way, glad to see you got some more fire in you today, Mademoiselle. Ah. Yes, thank goodness. I was not sure whether you were going to stay with the CPD. I'm sorry, I never meant to make you all worry. I don't know where the future will take me. But right now, I know this is where I'm meant to be. So everyone, I'm happy that I got to keep working with you. Ellie. So am I, Ellie. Ha. Damn straight. Besides, doubt we'd get much done around here without you to keep us in line. I wouldn't be so stern all the time if you didn't try to wander off the casino every other day, Randy. Well, that's enough of that. What should we do about the investigation from here on out? Good question. You can always attempt to corner you in with a different approach than one First Division is using. However, it unfortunately does not do much to narrow our options down. Okay, so I got an idea. How about we have ourselves a trip to Calvar's Eastern Quarter, where we find a few clues about you in there? Oh, huh. Why didn't I think of that? But would the department even authorize a business trip to a foreign country? Eastern Quarter is far outside of our jurisdiction. So yeah. What are you doing? I was contemplating looking into the police database a bit more. Perhaps I would be unable to learn. I would be able to learn about the First Division movements and so on. However, I already searched last night, so there may not be much in the way of new information. Let's try it anyways. Beat sitting around doing nothing. Ah. What's wrong? How strange. Seems as though we have received an orb mail. Is that again? Aren't they especially letters that can be sent from terminal to terminal? Precisely. The peculiar thing is, despite being extremely useful, almost no one in the CBD uses the functionality. It's likely because not many officers are trained to use keyboards. And I'm one of them, unfortunately. Now, is it from? Let me check. What? What is it? Who would send us? I hereby submit my support request. Overcome the trial and face me. Well, then will I grant you your mission? It's him. Is this some kind of joke? Tio, where's the mail sent from? Definitely not the police department. Got it. Sent from the International Bank of Crossbill, otherwise known as the IBC. What does this mean? IBC is that bank that rakes in mirror from all over Zemuria, right? Why the hell would a place like that be sending us prank mail? Why do you assume I would know? I can say, however, that this mail was definitely sent from an IBC terminal. I have no way of knowing who sent it, though. Could it be possible that Ian infiltrated the IBC? It's not out of the question. The IBC building is home to quite a few external companies and organizations. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's an Epstein Foundation office too. That is correct. An acquaintance of mine works there. However, I should have been more clear. The Orbital mail was sent directly from the IBC's main terminal. Because of that, I think the possibility of an external company being involved is low. We won't know until we ask them. Wanted our investigation to fly under the 1st Division's radar. We really don't have any other choice. Yeah. Going undercover this time might be a little tricky. Should we hurry up and check it out before they get in our way again? Actually, we might be able to perform our search in secret after all. Really? How exactly? My best friend's father works at the IBC. If we explain the situation to him, he might give us a hand. You think so? Hey, isn't that convenient? Well, mademoiselle, you got more connections than you know what to do with, don't you? I have a decent amount. Unfortunately, I have no way of knowing whether or not he's even in Crossbow City, given how hectic his schedule is. What sort of portion does he have in there? You may have heard of him, actually. His name is Dieter Croix. What? Ah. What? He famous or something? I'd say. Honestly, you make the argument that he's just as well known as Ilya. Dieter Croix. Otherwise known as Dieter Croix. He's one of the continent's most wealthy individuals, and a leading individual in the Jenny Craig industry, in the Zemurian economy. As well as the current CEO of the International Bank of Crossbill. He's the top dog of the whole freaking bank. He was originally an old friend of my father's, but he's also kept a friendly relationship with my grandfather. Because of that, I've known him as a good portion of my life. And his daughter is one of my closest childhood friends. Wow, that's amazing. But even if he is a CEO, we won't be able to do much if he's not there. You're right. I heard that he spends almost half the year abroad on business trips. Nevertheless, there's no harm in trying, is there? Even if he is in town, my friend might be. She may be able to help us. Let's go for it then. We're getting somewhere with the investigation now at least, but... Are you worried about the intentions behind the orb mail? It was written similarly to the threat letter. The reason for sending it remains unclear. Well, we went out of his way to send us a challenge. It'd be rude of us not to take the bait, you know? Agreed. Shall we head to IBC then? And with that, we will save That's right, I need to go to the bottom. Yes. Let's go check on our records. Basically, gotta fight 8 more battles. Then we'll have that. Gotta cancel crafts a lot more. Won't be getting that. We'll probably be getting that. Especially with the way I play. 1 million mirror of more. We should be able to manage that by the end of the game. Combat notebook. Yep, we got it all saved. And with that, I will bid you guys adieu.